That's FORTIFEYE.com. Or call 866-503-9746. 866-503-9746. 866-503-9746. And at fortified.com.
You've heard about the benefits of omega-3 fish oils. Study after study on the effect of omega-3s on everything from heart health to emotional well-being. Get the most out of your omega-3s with Fortify's Super Omega-3 Max, the most potent omega-3 supplement in the industry. Fortify's Super Omega-3 Max features one of the highest omega-3 fish oils available, purified and concentrated in a state-of-the-art facility in Norway, allowing for more EPA and DHA combined in the same size capsule. That means you get 50% more potency in every dose without increasing the dosage. Super Omega-3 Max is perfect for people striving to keep their hearts healthy and bodies operating at peak performance. Order Omega-3 Max today at fortify.com. That's FORTIFEYE.com. Or call 866-503-9746. That's 866-503-9746. 866-503-9746. And at fortify.com.
Hi, this is Dr. Michael Lange, board-certified optometric physician and certified nutritional specialist, and the founder of the Lange Eye Institute and Fortify Vitamins. I've hosted the very popular Ask the Doctor program since 1993. I educate you on the latest advancements and natural approaches to eye disease and total body wellness. I'm Dr. Michael Lange, helping keep America fit and healthy.
The Lange Eye Institute in the Villages and the Fortify Nutrition Center on McMillan Booth Road in Clearwater. Online at fortify.com. And listen to Ask the Doctor Saturday morning at 9 on AM 930 The Answer.
Ask the Doctor with Michael Lange begins in 10 seconds.
When it comes to your health, are you seeing the check engine light come on more than normal? It's time to get under the hood. It's time for Ask the Doctor with Dr. Michael Lange. Sponsored by Lange Eye Institute and Fortify Vitamins. Dr. Lange is a board-certified optometric physician and certified nutrition specialist, helping people see and feel better through proper nutrition for 25 years. The doctor is in. Call now with your questions at 877-969-8600. That's 877-969-8600. Here's your host, Dr. Michael Lange.
Okay, good morning. And welcome to Ask the Doctor. Happy Saturday. And I think it is sometime in June. Roger, what date is it?
June the 6th, 2026. Now, it's a historic day. Back in 1944, Eisenhower, General Eisenhower at that point, authorized and launched the D-Day invasion of Normandy, bringing about the end of World War II in Europe, the defeat of Germany.
What a day that was.
It certainly was.
Time flies, doesn't it?
It does.
So those of you that are new to the program, you're listening to Ask the Doctor. I'm Dr. Michael Lange, your host. I've been hosting Ask the Doctor since April of 1993. And so I hear it's the longest running live medical talk show in the country at this time for over 33 years now. And like I said to Roger, time flies when you're having fun. I'm a board certified optometric physician. I'm also a certified nutritional specialist. I have degrees in psychology and physiological optics as well. I started Lange Eye Care and Associates March 15th of 1993, and then we started the Lange Eye Institute about 25 years ago, and I'm the founder and lead investigator for the Fortify Vitamin Company as well. This is a live call-in show, so it's dedicated to you, the listener, the consumer, the viewer, and we're coast to coast on the Ask the Doctor Radio Network right now, and we're also live video streaming all over the world and a whole host of social media applications. So give us a call, and that's Roger P. Schulman and myself at 877-969-8600. That's 877-969-8600. And who is Roger Schulman? Roger, people in the Tampa Bay area know you, but people that are listening all over the globe necessarily don't know you. Why don't you introduce yourself?
All right. I've been in broadcasting since I started getting paid June 10th, 1962, when I was in high school up in Illinois. I've been in broadcasting for a very long time. I'm basically a news guy here in the Tampa Bay area. Also appear on the Mike Gallagher Show, which is a nationwide show once a week with some breaking news updates, and love living in Florida. And I've known Dr. Michael Lange for how many years? About 15?
At least.
No, I think, about 16, 17, somewhere in there. And have benefited from the fortified vitamins that you introduced me to way back then.
You've benefited quite a bit. As I recall, when I saw you in the beginning and the show that we started in this area, you had a shoulder that you were just getting ready to have shoulder surgery.
I was considering it. I was getting cortisone shots every once in a while from a doctor, and I had a little injury in my Army career, nothing serious. And I also was walking, and I still do walk large dogs that tug on that shoulder and aggravated it. And it was very painful. Started taking the fish oil supplements from your operation, and basically it went away. For the most part, I forgot which arm it was. It's that effective.
That's the Fortify Super Omega. Fortify Super Omega is one of the most potent reesterified triglyceride molecule omega-3s that we have manufactured in Norway, in Oslo, Norway. And that is kind of equivalent to the Bordeaux region is in France to wine, Oslo, Norway, to the omega-3 fish oil industry. So you can check that out at fortify.com. It is the most potent, purest omega-3 for the best price. There are a couple other companies out there that are good, made in the same factory in the same region, not as potent as ours, and definitely not the price that we have. Fortify Vitamins is still a relatively small company, so we don't have the overhead some of these other companies do. And there's not, only a handful of good omega-3 fish oils. Remember, it's got to say TG form or RTG form on it. Check it out at fortify.com. That's FORTIFEYE, fortify.com. Before we take the next call or the first call, I want to mention I will be at the Lange Nutrition Center. I'll be at the Fortified Nutrition Center next week. So this week I will not be there. I'm going to go on a long bike ride. Maybe Roger will accompany, but the gang will. So today is June what? It's D-Day.
6th.
June 6th. So it'll be next Saturday that I will be at the Fortified Nutrition Center from 1 to 3. So put that on your calendar. We usually have a pretty good crowd come out, especially if I announce it the week before. All right. We're going to talk today about natural strategies to protect your vision and to fight against macular degeneration naturally. So we're going to talk about that. Who better to talk about it than me? I've been in practice since March 15th of 1993. Big practice. I see lots and lots of patients. I've calculated I've seen well over 300,000 patients.
Good
That's
heavens.
a lot. I'm a busy doctor. And, you got to remember the first 10 years, I worked 7 days a week for the first 10 years, every single day, 12 hours a day. So I saw a lot of patients. Remember that the Villages, where the Lange Institute is, where I hail from, is the geriatric capital of the country. It is the capital for dry eye, macular degeneration, glaucoma, all of those age-related changes that go on in the macula. So basically, what we're going to talk about, I have a lot of experience in this. I've done a lot of studies. I did the BLAZE study. That's the Beta-Carotene, Lutein, Alpha-Carotene, Zeaxanthin absorption pilot study, proving that beta-carotene is not good, especially if you have macular degeneration, because it blocks the absorption of lutein, zeaxanthin, and astaxanthin. I did multiple omega index studies testing our Fortify Super Omega, did some DNA macular degeneration studies, and then thousands of SpectraCell blood test studies on our patients with macular degeneration. So that's how I came about developing the vitamins for macular degeneration. And we're going to talk more about that in just a second, but we're going to go back to the phones and let's see. Natasha, good morning.
Hey, good morning, Doc. Good morning, T. Sherman. How are you?
Hello. Quite lovely.
Good morning.
I wanted to Good morning. Good morning. Happy
Natasha
Saturday
from
to you
the
guys.
Lange Eye Institute and Fortify Vitamins. This is a pleasurable call.
Yeah.
Well, I wanted to call actually because you had mentioned that you hail from the Lange Eye Institute in the Villages. And I just wanted to say a couple of wonderful things about it, just to remind people that may not know where we are and know a little bit about us, and that we have some pretty cool opportunities coming up.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, so like I think one of the biggest things that sets us specifically apart is that we are a locally owned and operated company. We're not corporate. You're not a corporate chain. So when patients are choosing us, they're supporting a local business that's truly invested in the community. We do a lot of events for the community. We do a lot of support in the local community. So I think that really sets us apart from other places. Another thing that sets us apart that's super awesome is that we have one of our own state-of-the-art optical labs right there on the premises. So if you have an issue, say you're overwearing your contact lenses and you're going to have to not be able to wear those contact lenses for about a week or so, we may be able to help you with that and get you a pair of glasses within the hour. And that's something that not a lot of places have anymore, which I think is really awesome. So that's pretty cool. Doug and myself, we're a dedicated lab team. We produce some of the highest quality digital lenses available. So that definitely helps us. Most importantly, we genuinely care about our patients. So Dr. Lange, I know you specifically, Dr. Summerton, Dr. Caputi, all of our staff, we go that extra mile to make sure everybody is happy with their vision, their eyewear, and their overall experience. So I think that's one of the biggest things that sets us apart. But can I tell you something awesome?
Yes, tell me.
Okay, I'm telling you. Speaking of family, because we are a family, we are growing. I know you've been talking about this, but I am letting everybody know I am putting it on the radar, guys. We are growing. Lange Eye Institute is currently hiring for all positions. We're looking for energetic, compassionate, motivated individuals, people that want to be part of an amazing team. So I want to throw that out there. Check out our website. You can check out our Instagram, our Facebook. You can check out, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok even, I think we have it on for the information. But if you want that information, please let us know. We would love to have you as part of our family.
Absolutely. Man, that was great. You hit every point that I was going to talk about. I guess I can go home and take a nap now.
All right. Well, guys, thanks for tuning in today. Any questions, let us know.
So we are hiring for the Lange Eye Institute in the Villages. And then a lot of you know I announced last week that we purchased the old Coca-Cola bottling plant in Ocala, Florida. And it's right on the corner of 27th and Magnolia. So in that kind of historic district, plenty of parking. We got about 68 parking spots. It's a 3-story building. We're going to be hiring for that Lange Eye Institute as well. And so we would like to get a lot of people hired and maybe trained at the Lange Eye Institute in the Villages first, and then they'll move on over to the Lange Eye Institute of Ocala. And this new Ocala location is going to be state-of-the-art, the very latest advancements in eye care, alternative and holistic, traditional, and even surgical eye care, all under one roof. So Lange Eye Institute Ocala is coming very soon. We hope to open January 1st, 2027. So that's some exciting times.
I'm very, very excited. Thank you for taking my call this morning. I hope everybody has the most beautiful day on purpose, and make sure you do something fun today. Get outside, do something, get your blood pumping.
Amen. Thanks, Natasha.
Bye, Sherman. Bye, Doc.
Bye-bye.
See you.
And, Natasha is, a great spokesperson for the team. She also works for Fortify Vitamins. She travels all over the country promoting Fortify Vitamins. And, I've known Natasha for a long time. She used to work for me years and years ago in the Ocala area. And, like all of us, Roger, as we get older, we start to get out of shape. We gain weight. And then we hired her back, I don't know, years ago. I don't know how many years ago, 4 years ago or so, maybe more. And she got into the Fortify lifestyle, the Lange Eye Care lifestyle, and she took off, I don't know, about 70, 80 pounds.
Yeah, she told me that she was much heavier before I met her. So I can't imagine, but I guess she was 70, 80 pounds. That's amazing.
Right. And she was beautiful then. She's still beautiful. She's
Lovely,
just
yes.
less, I was going to say less beauty, just not as big anymore.
Less bulk.
But healthier.
Yes.
And that's one of the things we're going to talk about in a few minutes about, weight management for macular degeneration.
Now, you talk about macular degeneration, Doctor, quite a bit. Exactly what is macular degeneration and what causes it?
So it's a degenerative disease that actually affects the center of your retina known as the macula. and the macula starts to degenerate with age. And some people are genetically predisposed, and some people, quite frankly, due to poor lifestyle habits and smoking, have accelerated age-related changes in their macula. So to be more specific, the cones are in the dead center of your macula. Cones are responsible for your central vision, color vision, acuity, and these start to basically rust and die off. And it is usually the dry form, but 25% or maybe more, maybe less, can turn into the wet form, which is more visually devastating.
So what would a person see or not see if they are developing macular degeneration?
Well, early macular degeneration, you don't have a lot of symptoms, and that's why it's important to see your local optometrist, optometric physician, or ophthalmologist, routinely, not only to look for macular degeneration, but also to check for glaucoma and, other diseases in the retina and systemic health problems. But when it starts to get a little worse, you'll notice lines appear a little crooked. You look at a door jamb, it's not going to be straight. It's going to be a little crooked. You look at the funny page, if anybody looks at the funny pages anymore in the paper, and it's going to be distorted. Your central vision ultimately starts to go away. In advanced cases, you have no central vision. So you have just a big black hole in the middle of your vision in both eyes. Now that's advanced. The good news, if there's any good news, macular degeneration, you never go blind from it. You never go blind. You can become legally blind, but Roger, legally blind and totally blind are two different entities. People with macular degeneration can use eccentric viewing. A lot of times you see people that turn their head and they look at you out the corners of their eyes. That's because they have a big blind spot in the central of vision. And so they're using eccentric viewing to see, or peripheral vision.
Can you drive with this disease, macular degeneration?
Certainly you can drive in the beginning stages until it gets to 20/70 in both eyes. In the state of Florida, if you're totally blind in one eye, you got to have at least 20/40 vision in that eye with good peripheral vision. But if you have 20/70 in both eyes, you can still legally drive as long as your peripheral vision is good. After 20/70, you cannot. So many people do lose their legal ability to drive, and a lot of them are driving illegally. Now, the interesting thing is, one of the reasons the Villages is a hot spot is because everybody can drive in a golf cart, and you don't have to have a driver's license. So there's a lot of people out there that can't legally drive a car, but they're in the golf cart. So my words of advice in the Villages: if you see a golf cart coming your way, don't expect them to see you because they may run right over you. So just get out of their way.
Yeah, that's becoming a big problem all over Florida and around the country. Scooters, e-bikes, and golf carts with people who can't see properly.
But what we're going to talk about, we're going to take some more calls. We're going to talk about ways the people that can become proactive in their visual health and help reduce the chance of them getting macular degeneration. And if they currently have macular degeneration, things that we can do that just may help slow it down and stop the progression. And I've even seen people improve in macular degeneration. Remember, I've been doing this a long time, so I got a lot of experience. And one of my areas of expertise is, nutritional intervention for macular degeneration. That's what we've done a lot of research on and developed a lot of vitamins. I'll just plant the seed for the vitamin that I worked on for, 25 years. It's called Fortify Next Gen Macular Defense. And we have two flavors, if you will. We have Next Gen Zinc Free, and we have regular Next Gen. The difference is they're exactly the same. One has 0 zinc, one has 30 milligrams of zinc. And we'll go over why that's important. Many people, zinc is actually accelerating potentially their macular degeneration and neurodegenerative effects in their brain, pending their DNA. So we might as well talk about it briefly, really quick. And Steve is getting ready to take we're going to take the next call, Steve, in just a second. So we were involved in some DNA studies post-AREDS2. That was a big study, nutritional study, showing that a vitamin can indeed help macular degeneration. And we found that a certain percentage of patients, Roger, based on their DNA, zinc was actually bad for them and was accelerating their macular degeneration. So some of the biggest vitamins out there have 80 milligrams of zinc oxide in it, and that's based on the AREDS2 study. And 80 milligrams of zinc, all nutritional experts know that's too much, especially in the form of zinc oxide. So I was the first in the world to come out with a zinc-free macular degeneration vitamin. And we used to check everybody's DNA first to find out if they needed the one with zinc or not zinc. And then I developed 4 little questions that we ask so you don't have to check your DNA. And basically, those are on the website at fortify.com under macular defense. But we ask the patients, number one, are they a vegan? If they're a vegan, they need the zinc. Are you on a diuretic? If you're diuretic, you need the one with zinc. Do you have ulcerative colitis or Crohn's disease? You need the one with zinc. And do you drink a lot of booze? Are you guzzling? Then you need the one with zinc. If you say no to all that, then you don't need the one with zinc. You're getting plenty of zinc in your diet. So for most people, you and myself, the Macular Defense zinc-free is what we need. And that acts as a great multivitamin as well, an eye vitamin and a multivitamin. It gives you the very latest in nutritional science. There isn't anything, I'm going to brag, that's even close to it on the market. A lot of companies have copied what I've done. And so we've taken all the science, we've taken everything, acetyl L-carnitine, alpha-lipoic acid, CoQ10, saffron, lutein, zeaxanthin isomers, which contains mesozeaxanthin, astaxanthin, taurine, bilberry, pine bark extract, grape seed extract, B complex, the methylated form of B complex, the 8 forms of vitamin E, vitamin C. The list goes on and on and on. And remember, we changed this formula 17 times, Roger, because of patients on medications and with certain disease entities. I didn't want anything that would interfere with their drugs, anything that would interfere with their Coumadin or their Eliquis or their blood thinning properties because they have atrial fibrillation or a clotting disorder. So we thought about this quite a bit, 17 revisions, and now we have the final vision so far, and it's called Fortify Next Gen Zinc-Free Macular Defense, or just Fortify Next Gen Macular Defense.
Amazing about zinc. I did not know that.
The things you learn when you're listening to Ask the Doctor. All right, we're getting ready to take the next call. If you got a question, give us a call at 877-969-8600, 877-969-8600. I see somebody chiming in and saying, Dr. Lange, I like your long hair. Most of you that have been watching this show, I've always had a military cut for, last 20 years. It's been spiked on top and short on the sides. You can tell now it's not short anymore. The Fortify Fit meal that we've been taking, is growing my hair. It's also helping, muscles and fat loss, everything, and energy. We'll talk about that because Roger has been on it. I told him to make sure he takes Fortify Fit meal every day for the last week, and we're going to discuss it. But let's go back to the phones. Steve has been waiting patiently. Good morning, Steve. Thanks for holding.
Yes. I was going to talk to you about this privately, but I'm going to talk about it on the phone because I want to put pressure on you. How many physicians, optometric physicians, just take a guess, I know you don't know, are in Florida? How many?
I don't know. 2,000.
Hundreds, right?
2,000.
At least hundreds, maybe over 1,000, right?
Oh yeah, over 1,000.
How many of them have their own radio show and vitamin company?
0.
Right.
Well, there's one, Dr. Lange.
So why, instead of expanding and taking your capital and putting it into another clinic, which Florida needs more clinics like Custer needed more Indians, why don't you use your strength, the talents that God gave you of communication and talking on the radio and spreading the education of what people can do? This is your talent. It's not clinical work every day. It's this talent. Right now, you are serving. Right now, when we're talking, you're serving thousands of people at once. And you can be far more valuable to your patients and to God himself by expanding your communication, not your clinical, how many places you're working at.
So,
and you're a very talented person, but why don't you spend the money on the thing that you're particularly good at, not something that thousands of other doctors are doing anyway?
Well, Dr. Lange can walk and chew gum at the same time.
So why don't we do both, right?
Exactly.
So what you're saying, Steve, what I should do, take those millions of dollars that we already spent purchasing that beautiful building and the millions we're getting ready to put into the new eye center, and take that and just get on another million or so radio stations, right? And I'd be all over the world. That would be a better way to spend my time, you're saying.
I think that would be fine. And I think that, Roger, I want you to ride him like a horseman rides a horse. And after the program, say, oh, Steve, he's got a good point. Why don't you do this? So I'm going to get off before I get hung up on. And
We'll talk,
see you
Steve.
next week.
Bye-bye.
Okay.
You know, Roger, Steve has a point, but you have a point too. You know, I can't chew gum and ride a bike and do the talk show at the same time.
And go on the cell phone at the same time.
Right, you see when I'm driving, right?
Yeah. So now, I don't think Steve realizes you were in Ocala before. This is not anything new. You're in a new building, the Coca-Cola our historic site. However, you are going to have a staff over there in addition to yourself. This is not a one-man band here that you have. You have a huge staff that you're going to have over there,
Right.
all specialties and types. So
We'll have 30 or so employees, and you know, we'll have opticians, ophthalmologists, and optometric physicians and optometrists all under one roof. So we are actually creating more jobs in the area as well. You know, and I enjoy this. I really enjoy seeing patients. I mean, people, you know, when I sold the first time, you know, I did very well. You know, we sold kept one office, the Lange Institute, sold all the rest. Remember, we opened 14 offices. That was a good day for me. For a payday, that was a good day. I come to work because I enjoy coming to work. I like helping people. I like seeing people and talking to them about things. I mean, patients that come to see me at the Lange Institute, you know, it's just not a routine eye exam, all right? Of course, we do the routine eye exam. We do above and beyond. We do the latest and advanced. We have conversations. I actually talk to my patients. We talk about what they're doing, what I'm doing, you know, what the future holds for other things. So it's enjoyable. And so I like to continue that. And the people in Ocala and Gainesville, they drive a long ways to see me in the villages. So we're going to make it that much more convenient. Plus, my daughter's going to be an eye doctor in about 6 more years. So we need to expand a little bit to house her. And I've hired a few more doctors. So I'm not ready to retire. And I don't want to just do talk radio all day long. It's kind of like if you retire, you can only play golf so much. I can only do so much talk radio, but we can certainly add more stations. We've been growing the show a lot, as you know. I mean, we're on a whole host of stations all over the place, and we continue to add more and more stations.
And you won't be working more hours. You'll just be working in 2 places instead of 1.
That's right. I might work a few more hours. I might come in an hour or 2 earlier and stay an hour or 2 later.
But it's still fun. That's why I like doing the news. It's still fun. It's enjoyable.
You could have retired a long time ago. I mean, look at you're almost 103 now.
103, yes.
And you're still doing the talk radio. And yeah. I'll be doing eye care when I'm 100 too.
Yeah, it's fun.
No, he's not really 100, folks. Come on. And Roger is my workout partner. Oftentimes he works out with me. We'll talk about that. He worked out this morning with me, didn't you?
Yes, we did. We did the vibration plate and some resistance training. It was
That's right. Good. We did after an amazing breakfast that I actually cooked. You had about 60 grams of protein this morning.
Dr. Lange's a very good cook. You should start a restaurant too. We'll make Steve really mad. Start a restaurant and an eye care center.
All right, we'll talk about that in a minute, but let's go back to the phones. Let's go to Ken and
Lithia.
Ken and Lithia. Good morning, Ken.
Good morning, the big doctor, big man.
Hey, Ken, how are you?
Doing great, thank you. How are you?
Fabulous. Thanks for calling, man.
I am calling to say I think you're too much of a family guy. That work you go to is your family, and you love your family. And the last thing you'll do is leave that clinic.
That's exactly right. I mean, what would I do, right? I'll travel, maybe play golf, mountain bike more, twist the throttle in the motocross park, race the car more. Then I might die early. And, that might be a good thing, because when you go through the pearly gates, you might say, wow, I should have done this a long time ago.
As a patient, and I've met a few of the other people there, of course, they all... It's all family there, and it's nothing like it. And so, as far as going on to bigger shows or radios like that, I don't see that's not where your heart's at.
I agree. I enjoy seeing patients. I like the one-on-one, talking to them and discussing their futures, and helping people, not just helping their eyes, but helping their overall health. We've had so many patients, Tony being one of them, who's probably listening right now, and he could even call in. Tony, we really changed his whole lifestyle. He went from, almost 530 pounds to 268 pounds. And I always coined the phrase, Tony is a fat-burning, anti-aging, muscle-building machine. And, his eye doctor helped him do this. I mean, it really did I added another 30 years to his life.
What you're doing one-on-one that I've even met Tony is priceless.
Well, I appreciate the call, Ken. I really do, especially coming from you.
Yep. Well, a big hat tip to you all. And Roger, you too. Have a great day.
Thank you so much.
All right. Take care. You're listening to Ask the Doctor and Roger P. Showman. Give us a call at 877-969-8600, 877-969-8600. We are talking about macular degeneration today and a natural approach, and we're going to dive into more of that in just a minute. Remember, we are hiring for both Lange Eye Institutes if you're interested. And remember, I'm going to be at the Fortified Nutrition Center next Saturday. All right, let's go to the phones. I think it's Butler in Gainesville. Butler, thanks for holding. Good morning.
Can you hear me all right, Mr. Dr. Lane?
Hello.
Yeah, can you hear me all right?
I can hear you. It's a weird connection, but I hear you. You're coming in loud and clear.
Okay. My renal doctor didn't show up this month. I got an appointment for next month with the retinal specialist. I only see it once a year. I only see my retinal specialist once a year.
I am glad you've got an appointment to see that retina specialist. It's about time.
Yeah, because she didn't show up for May 26th, so they moved it to June 26th.
She didn't show up for your appointment?
No.
Well,
I don't know why.
You know, doctors sometimes get sick and have other things. So, you know, every now and then that even happens with me, believe it or not. Well, I tell you what, when you get there, you give us a call and let us know how that examination went. And I know you've had a retinal detachment and had some problems and a little bit of vision impairment, but let us know what the retina specialist tells you. And remember, I always tell you to keep the faith, and you're going to be fine, because if they don't have technology today, tomorrow, which is right around the corner, we're going to have something that will help take many people out of the darkness.
You know, your new center, the Coca-Cola plant in Ocala, is going to be opening soon. That'll give people an opportunity that aren't quite as close to your original area in the villages to get up there and get some treatment. So that'll be very helpful. We could discuss that a little bit. The new Lange Coca-Cola plant, as I call it, the Lange Coca-Cola plant. You're going to have some artifacts there from the old Coca-Cola plant, aren't you? You got some things from before.
We got some before and after pictures, and we got some old Coca-Cola memorabilia from the building, and we're going to have a little wall dedicated to that. You know, it'll be kind of interesting. You know, we're going to retain the old historic outside is going to look just like it did. We're just kind of redoing it, you know, fixing the parking lot and painting it all up, fixing all the cracks and putting a new elevator in. It's got an old elevator. It's a powerful elevator, but it's not HIPAA approved for humans. So maybe they put cows in it, but that's a big expense to put a really new hydraulic elevator to go up 3 stories that goes rapidly, because this one goes like an inch every hour. So it's way too slow. So Butler or Dennis in Gainesville, any other questions?
Oh, no, Dr. Lynn. Can I call you at a number if you want to know what's going on?
Absolutely. You can always call me. You know I'm always available.
Yeah, you're only on Saturdays.
Yep, Saturday's here. All right?
Yeah, but my retinal special until June 26th.
June 26th. All right. So you'll be calling us the Saturday after June 26th, okay?
Okay, Dr. Lynn. It's nice talking to you, buddy.
All right, you too. Sayonara.
Bye-bye.
You're listening to Ask the Doctor and Roger P. Showman. I mean, he's almost like, what is that, philanthropic doctor, right? What is that called? When you get a doctor degree just because you hang out with doctors a lot?
So it's going to rub off on me. I can get a white coat and start treating people. Nah, that's probably not a good idea.
So give us a call at 877-969-8600. 877-969-8600. A lot of you are following me on Instagram. Remember, the only legitimate Instagram is Dr. Michael Lange _ has a blue check, close to 300,000 followers. Do not follow anybody else. Well, you can follow them. They have my name, but it's not me. Remember, there's a lot of fake Dr. Michael Langes on social media, thousands of them. The FBI has actually been involved 4 or 5 times now because a lot of women are giving this fake Dr. Lange a lot of money. Do not give anybody money on the internet. And don't ever give them money. No matter what they say, it's always a scam, all right? So beware of that. But follow me at Dr. Michael Lange _ You can follow me on Michael Lange Facebook or Lange Eye Institute Facebook, or Fortify Vitamins is a great one. Fortify Vitamins Facebook, Fortify Vitamins Instagram. Of course, you can go to YouTube, and YouTube, you can follow me at Dr. Michael Lange Ocular Health on YouTube, and that channel is starting to grow. And you can watch this video about 2 hours from now on that. And any of the other videos, you can go to YouTube for the last 20 years and see some of the videos. Just look at the title. So some of that's very educational. What do you think, Roger?
Sounds good to me.
Think we should take the next call?
Absolutely.
Who is it?
Ryan up in Covington, Indiana, where I think it's raining. It has been raining up there. Is it raining? Yeah.
Ryan, good morning. Is it raining?
No, it's not. I'm in Covington, Louisiana.
Oh,
Louisiana.
All right. My stomping grounds. Good. Not Indiana. All right. That was bad for the boy in the room there.
That's
Shout out to
geographical problem.
Yes. Yes, it is. But you're good. You're good. It all sounds the same to me. But real quick, shout out to your supplements. I'm just bought the Rejuvenate. I'm excited to try that out and see what kind of results I get.
Your hair will grow.
My big question.
Your skin will reverse and your hair will grow. And the good thing about it is the skin. But after 6 months, my knee pain from all my motocross accidents, I used to race at Motocross West, right in Wagaman, Louisiana. And I had a lot of bad accidents. So my joints feel a lot better. It took about 6 months on that Rejuvenate to really help dramatically, though.
Yes. Real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Help me out with the red light therapy in my retina issues. Is there something there, or is this one of the up-and-coming technologies that's going to help us rejuvenate our cells in the retina?
Great question. And that's called photobiomodulation therapy. And it is up and coming, and it's going to get better and better. Currently, the only one FDA approved is the Valeda light therapy. And if you go to a retina specialist right now, there's only a select group of them that are doing the Valeda light therapy. There is even a code through Medicare. So in theory, they should bill it to Medicare, and Medicare is reimbursing them. And you have to have 10 or 11 treatments at first. They're only about 5, 6, 7-minute treatments. They're painless. It's a frequency of red, yellow, and infrared light. They shine in the retina. And the studies indicate that the dry form of macular degeneration and the geographic atrophy form, it can indeed help. It can slow it down. They've even seen drusen vanishing. These are these little fatty deposits that are a hallmark sign of dry macular degeneration. So there really isn't anything negative, all right, except time, you got to go do it. But it should be covered by Medicare and your insurance. A lot of doctors are charging cash for it right now because they might not know there's a code. But other doctors are using a newer procedure called MD Elite. And MD Elite is also using these frequencies of light, a little bit different frequency, basically the same thing. And they claim they're getting really great results, but it is not FDA approved, and they don't have any double-blind placebo-controlled studies yet. So the question is, which one is the best? Valeda light therapy, MD Elite. Of course, each rep will say theirs is the best. I think the jury's still out. But Ryan, you're definitely right. This is the wave of the future, light therapy, frequency therapy for diseases of the body, not just the eye, but especially for dry macular degeneration. We want to do everything in our power to decrease the chance of it progressing and decrease the chance of it progressing to the wet form of macular degeneration, where you need an injection in the eye frequently. And let's face it, nobody wants a shot in their eye, right?
Yes. Real quick, can I propose that you keep your daughter here in the state of Louisiana and spread the wealth? So I'll let you go on that.
All right, Ryan. Thanks for the call, buddy. Take care. So a lot of us do listen on WRNO. We're the Rock of New Orleans. That's what it used to be called. It's talk radio now. And I hosted a really good show from there live about 6 months ago. Maybe we're going to have to do a road trip, Roger, you and me, and go down and hang out, because you've never been to New Orleans.
No, I have not.
And it's a fun town, and we can host at 7 to 8 in the morning, and the big skyscraper with WRNO is down in New Orleans. You'd have to be able to get some time off, of course.
Oh, sounds good to me.
All right, you're listening to Ask the Doctor. If you got a question, give us a call, 877-969-8600. That's 877-969-8600. We are going to talk a little bit about natural strategies to protect the retina from macular degeneration in just a minute. But we're going to the phones. We got Andy in Largo.
Good morning, Dr. Lange, and good morning, Roger.
Good morning.
P. Schulman. I have dry macular degeneration, and so I was just ahead of you. Sorry, I thought I tuned in late because I didn't get any posts or notifications on Facebook about your show starting. But here I am, and my dear friend Lisa up in Philly had recently signed up for this photobiomodulation, and she was asking me to ask you today on the air about it. And do you offer that Valeda light therapy, sir?
We don't offer it yet, but I'm hoping to be able to offer it in the new Lange Eye Institute in Ocala when we open, and then also at the Lange Eye Institute in the Villages. So I'm hoping very soon we will have that available. We should have it available in the Lange Eye Institute Ocala and the Villages in early next year, but I'm hoping we have it before, okay?
Yeah, because you're usually right on top of the cutting edge. You go to all the shows and you even speak at them. So you're highly regarded in your industry. Is there anything that you now offer that I should come up from Largo to the Villages for beyond the wonderful, the mapping, that photo? Can you talk to us about that mapping that you offer?
Right. So, we have a few different types of way of mapping the retina. Number one, what we run on just about every patient is called OptoMap. And OptoMap is amazing technology because it looks at the peripheral retina, goes way out in the corners of the retina, and it can help the doctors, whether it's the ophthalmologist, optometrist, detect, retinal holes and tears that they will miss with their binocular indirect ophthalmoscope being dilated. Nobody's perfect, but I got to tell you, with a good OptoMap scan, you don't miss things, all right? You find stuff that you haven't seen for years. I mean, even I have gone, wow, I missed that for the last, few years. But with the OptoMap, and now we have OptoMaps in all of our centers, I would not practice without it. But also, to take it to the next level, OptoMap also goes under different layers. It looks under the retina at the small choroidal capillaries, looks for blockage and leakage of, blood vessels. And then it does something called autofluorescence, where it looks for metabolic waste product in your retina called lipofuscin. That is a telltale early sign of macular degeneration, and maybe even more importantly, potential things like dementia and Alzheimer's. So if we find this early, then we can make appropriate adjustments, and this is what I'm good at, in your diet and your supplement regimen, to oftentimes, if it's detected early enough, to be able to oftentimes reverse some of this this buildup in your retina called lipofuscin. So the key is early detection. Then also we have OCT, that's called optical coherence tomography angiography. So it takes it to the next level. A lot of times you go to your eye doctor, especially a retina specialist, and they inject a dye in your vein. And sometimes these dyes for, CAT scans and angiographies and MRIs are not the best thing in the world for your kidneys, especially if you have, poor kidney functioning. So with this technology, we don't have to inject a dye. It does angiography. It looks at the tiny little capillaries and blood vessels to see if there's any changes in patients that have diabetes and high blood pressure and elevated cholesterol and triglycerides. So it looks for vascular problems. So these are two technologies that a lot of eye care practices do not have, and most do not have the angiography technology yet. And that's just a couple of the things. I mean, we spare no expense on technology at the Lange Eye Institute. We invest in whenever something has been proven to be advantageous for our patients, we do invest in it. And, we've got my own private wing now, another 6,000 square feet with 10 examination rooms that we added on to the Lange Eye Institute. So I have my own private wing now, which is kind of nice. I have my own office and bathroom now, which is nice, and break room. And then Dr. Somerton and Dr. Caputi, and also Christine, Dr. Christine is going to be joining our team very soon, and she's going to be a guest on this talk show coming up in the near future. So, yeah, it's probably worth the jive, Andy, to come on down and see the facility and let us look at your eye with a fine-tooth comb, basically.
Yes, and that would be once a year for the OptoMap.
Right.
Yes. Well, I also want to give a shout out. I mean, I'm not a random listener because I've been on your macular defense as long as you've had it. I think probably the last 8 years and stuff. So I want to give a shout out to all your products, including the Rejuvenate that you said it took you 6 months before you felt the difference on that knee, that I gave you a magnet to try to remediate and increase circulation. I'd love that magnet back if you don't need it anymore, doctor.
Right. My knee is feeling really good. I still can't run, but I can bike with no pain at all now.
Anyway, I want to give a shout out to all your products. Roger may not know this, but I'm one of your biggest fans, and I'm on every product you have, and I'm glad you got the Fit Pro back in stock. So I appreciate your friendship and also your show. It's very informative, and I'm going to shut up so that everybody can hear this expounding you're going to do on natural therapies for dry macular degeneration. Okay?
All right, Andy, thanks for the call, my friend.
Thank you, sir.
And he just brought up something, Roger. We had a special drink this morning before breakfast, didn't we?
We certainly did. Fit Pro.
Yep, Fortify Fit Pro. And what I did, I made it for Roger. I put coconut water in it and put a little A2 cow's milk to make it a little creamier and a scoop, and we both had it. And Fortify Fit Pro is back in. So we have it in strawberry watermelon, and we have it in pina colada. Folks, this was a huge hit. And then there was a whey protein shortage about 7 months ago, and it hit the industry. Well, a lot of the athletes out there realized this was coming, so they started buying cases and cases of this stuff, and our inventory went down very quickly. And so we've been on back order for many, many months. So all of you out there, we do have the Fortify Fit Pro. It is in. Remember, this is pre-workout, post-workout. There's nothing artificial in it. It's a combination of whey protein, grass-fed whey protein, grass-fed collagen protein, German Pure creatine, betaine anhydrous, L-citrulline, Elevate ATP, vitamin D, and a few other nutrients to give you power and strength and help you recover very rapidly. Now let's talk about the Fit Meal. You've been on the Fortify Fit Meal now, Roger. You took it every day for a week because I called you up and I said, you're going to be a guest on the show. I want to find out how you're doing.
Well, first day, nothing happened at all. And I didn't expect anything radical to happen. I found that I had increased vigor. By Thursday, I was much more vigorous in the morning when I was doing my news at the radio station. I didn't have that kind of drop off around 8 o'clock where I was all tired. I was still vigorous, still doing things. And it did increase my vigor during that week. And I did have a feeling of well-being that I did not expect. So yes, it did have an immediate effect, and it is still affecting me. So I'm going to be continuing that regimen. I had it with A2 milk and a bit of creatine and drank it all down. It was delicious. I should have done this a long time ago, actually.
You should have. So the Fortify Fit Meal is a complete meal replacement that you use, and you alternate it. You have it for breakfast one day, lunch the next day, and supper the next. And then eat a meal consistent with the Lange survival diet for your other meals. And it helps your energy. It helps your strength. It helps your vigor. It really is pretty amazing. And so when you combine the Fit Meal with the Fit Pro, that's kind of the double whammy of fighting aging and building strength and losing weight. So building muscle while you're losing weight and stimulating your immunity is the name of the game. All right. So let's talk a little bit about what we were going to talk about, natural strategies to protect your retina. So nutrition really matters on this, Roger. Nutrition matters, and I preach this all the time. Macular degeneration is a nutritionally responsive disease. Let's talk about some of the foods that you can eat. So get a pen and paper, everybody. Some foods that you can eat to help with macular degeneration. Number one, my favorite is kale. Organic baby leaf kale. Gently saute it, gently boil it, gently steam it, because it breaks down the cell wall, releasing the bioavailability of the ingredients, specifically lutein. So baby leaf kale, spinach is okay. However, if you can eat spinach, you got to pair it with some cheese, some goat cheese, because spinach is very high in oxalates and can cause kidney stones. If you take a little goat cheese, then it binds to the oxalates. So that's why I like kale, very low in oxalates. Orange bell peppers, very high in something called zeaxanthin. Eggs, high in both lutein and zeaxanthin. Phosphocholine, a great source of protein as well.
And a lot of people are afraid of egg yolks. They have the egg whites. There's a tremendous amount of nutrition in that yellow part of the egg.
You got to eat the whole egg. It's a power food. And then blueberries. Blueberries are very good for the retina. Pistachios, very good because they're high in lutein. Wild Alaskan salmon is also amazing for the retina. So a great breakfast. We had a breakfast this morning. We had egg omelet. We had broccoli. We had some onions. And we had some cottage cheese with it. All right. And
it was delicious, actually.
We had the fit meal, and I gave you an apple also to give you a little bit of carbohydrates. Carbs are not bad. And now what about supplements that these people with macular degeneration can take? Well, we mentioned those briefly, but that's in the next-gen macular defense. All of this is in that. It's lutein, zeaxanthin, astaxanthin, saffron, B-complex, curcumin, omega-3, resveratrol, alpha-lipoic acid, acetyl L-carnitine, CoQ10, taurine, vitamin C, the 8 forms of vitamin E. Zinc, maybe, maybe not, depending. We already talked about that. Grapeseed extract, bilberry, pine bark extract, and a lot of these other nutrients that are in the next-gen macular defense. So that's important. But we discussed zinc. Zinc may be bad, may be good. What about exercise? Exercise is good for everything, but it's good for macular degeneration, Roger.
Really? I did not know that.
That's right. There's many studies out there that show that individuals that exercise have a reduced risk in developing macular degeneration and macular degeneration accelerating. And the possible reasons for this are increased blood flow to the eye, increased oxygen to the retina, decreased inflammation, increased insulin sensitivity, increased mitochondrial function, and decreased rusting in your eye called oxidative stress. So not only do we do resistance training, we got to do cardiovascular training. I have you in the gym and I have you on the bike. You're doing both.
And one thing that'll save you money you can do is stop smoking. That's a horrible thing for the eyes and every other organ of the body.
Amen. Smoking is the worst thing for macular degeneration. And if you're doing a lot of resistance training, think about the Fortify Fit Pro. Then another one, we got to talk quickly because we only got a minute. Weight management. If you're obese, that's 30 pounds overweight, it's going to increase inflammation, increase oxidative stress, decrease vascular health, all negatively impact your retina.
So deflate and stop smoking.
That's right. Deflate and stop smoking. And obviously, sleep is very important because sleep lowers inflammation and oxidative stress. And doing everything, all of this is going to be good for your blood pressure, your blood sugar, your triglycerides, your cholesterol. So remember, macular degeneration is not simply an eye disease. It's a reflection of your overall health. So if we get the body health in better shape, the eyes will follow. You got 10 seconds to tell everybody goodbye, Roger.
Get outside, enjoy yourself. It's almost summertime. It's beautiful, and enjoy nature and stop smoking.
Thanks for being a co-host. I appreciate it always, Roger. Thanks for tuning in and listening to Ask the Doctor. I'm Dr. Michael Lange, helping keep America fit and healthy.